A small quantity of pottery had been found, deposited at long intervals, and a young man had been buried in a ditch beside the site. These remains added up to a picture of sporadic and occasional visits to the location. There was absolutely no evidence that Stonehenge was regarded as a monument with any particular meaning, or that any sustained activity took place there during the time in which the Druids are recorded as having been active. Such a conclusion harmonizes with the more general findings of Richard Bradley, currently perhaps the preeminent British archaeologist of the Neolithic and Bronze Age. He has made a survey of the use of English ceremonial monuments, which suggests that there was virtually no continuity between the Neolithic and the Iron Age. This evidence makes a convenient fit with the manner in which professional archaeologists divide up their discipline, experts in the Paleolithic, the Mesolithic, the Neolithic, and the early Bronze Age, the late Bronze and Iron Ages, and the Roman and the early medieval periods, tending to form compact blocks with relatively little communication between them. Certainly, most of them are once again interested in the evidence for ceremonial activity, as processual archaeology has given way to a post-processual variety in which the symbolic behaviour of people, including what is generally called religion, is a major subject of study. The symbolic systems concerned, however, tend to be reconstructed, naturally enough, within particular societies, and the question of continuities between periods is generally left open or ignored. Nonetheless, there seems at least to be a tacit acknowledgement that such continuities may have existed. Occasionally it is explicit, as in the work of Francis Pryor, one of the few current British archaeologists to range widely across periods and one of the most exciting. In 2004, he declared that today most prehistorians would accept that the religious beliefs that form the core of Druidism had very ancient roots indeed, at least as old as Stonehenge, and probably a great deal older. He did not name any such prehistorians, but he added as a personal testimony, with reference to the universal bond ceremonies at Stonehenge in the 1960s and 1970s, "I'm now inclined to think that the much-derided people wearing sheets actually had a better idea of what was going on in prehistory than my lecturers at Cambridge, who were unable to take a sufficiently long or broad view of the way that prehistoric beliefs arose, developed, and matured through the centuries of later prehistory."